When I send a video to somebody, two things happen. One, they thank me for it. And two, I love that you did it because I never get one. I'd love to talk with you more. My response rates are 600 to 700% the response rates I get on text.
Glad to see you again. It's been a while.
Yeah, man.
You came on the podcast like 6 months ago, 8 months ago or something. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit, but yeah, it was a great show. I don't see it live, but either way,
you don't?
It was a great show and excited to be on it.
Yeah. So, when you came on the show, you talked about building an SDR team or a sales team. And I thought that was very valuable for listeners. A lot of good engagement on that one. And now, running the series, literally, you're the first one. I actually had booked someone before this, but then when we connected last week, I was like, oh, let's just go ahead and jump on this series of where are they now, right? Looking at past guests and seeing what they're doing. Because a lot of my past guests have done some amazing things. And you included. Last week, you reached out and sent me a message or we connected on a post or something. And you showed me this video that you had done with a new tool that you guys are building. And it was really cool. And I think going to be really impactful for SDRs specifically, but for marketers as well. And I want to get to that, but how are you doing? Like, what's going on in your world?
Yeah, I mean, life is good. Business is good. We've grown dramatically over the last 3 years, where we've seen other companies pretty much not. In the SDR space, there's a lot of turbulence going on right now, uncertainty, tools, technologies, platforms, AI, of course, changing up the game in a big, big way. So we've adapted, we've innovated, and we absolutely have embraced technology, but not replaced it with technology. So we're using technology to enhance and augment our sales team and go-to-market teams. And that has really allowed us to scale in big, big ways in times where a lot of other companies are not. So we're really grateful and proud of that moment. And that's where we sit today.
That's awesome. I've been following you guys on LinkedIn ever since we connected, and you guys are killing it with all the content. I mean, you're posting, you and your team. I mean, you have a very concerted effort on LinkedIn, and it's cool because anybody that follows your content gets to see kind of like not only your philosophy of how you guys think and operate, but like a lot of practical stuff too. So tell me about what was your plan there? Like what are you doing there?
Yeah, I mean, we post 250 organic posts a month, and we do it in a very intentional, very planned out way. We saw that company profile pages aren't what they need to be, and individuals and thought leaders and the personal profiles get significant more engagement, is highly authentic, and is where where the success happens. So it started 3.5 years ago where I hired an agency to help me do it. And I said, listen, I'm not going to ask my team to do something that I don't know or do myself. And so it started off with me and our now chief operating officer posting a handful of times a day. And then from there, we acquired that agency and brought everything in house. And now we are posting a significant amount of posts per capita. I mean, I'm sure a lot of other teams that are posting a lot too, that are much bigger than us, but for the numbers for our size of a team is gargantuan. So we're very systematic about what we're doing. And we've worked with employees of ours that have agreed to put their lives and stories and expose their day-to-day operations and their jobs on the internet. And we're really happy with what we've seen it do and make a big impact for us.
That's awesome. Can you pull back at least the first layer and reveal kind of like your approach? Like, because I know there's a ton of people out there want to do this and they maybe have dabbled in it, but it just sucks all their time. And like they see people like you doing it and doing it well across your team. And they're like, okay, well, maybe they have a framework in mind, but it's hard to just get it started.
Yeah. I mean, the framework is we have to build a team around it, right? If you are doing everything yourself, it's a lot of time. And I know a lot of teams can't build a team yet, but start small, right? So I have teams of mine that are doing video editing. I have tools and software that allows, I mean, we're on Riverside right now. Riverside's been great. We use Riverside as well to do all of this. We segment and schedule all of our sessions to create content together. We write our own questions and bring that to the table. But how it works is real simple, is we are essentially doing internal podcasts, I call them. So we get on a Riverside session with employees and staff of mine, and we have conversations just like this in a podcast setting, but we're doing it internally. It never goes out in a long form podcast. And then we cut those up into shorts. And then those shorts are what's given to our copywriters, and our copywriters write. But I will tell you that at the end of the day, it goes back to the influencer's desk, and they red line, cut, edit to make sure that it's 100% authentically them. And then it goes out from there. So that's how we have built the system in place.
Yeah, that's awesome. What are some of the highlights that you've seen that you can, off the top of your head, like what are some of the big wins that you've had from those efforts? Because I know you've had them.
Yeah, I mean, well, our following count, we tracked that across the team of about 100 people. We had less than 40,000 total followers across a lot of people's profiles. So we looked at this and we wanted to start seeing, okay, how is this going to continually grow? And now we are approaching 850,000 followers on LinkedIn across all of our employees.
That's amazing.
So just that itself, our reach is significant. And then from an actual revenue standpoint, we see that about 40% of our new business deals are coming in through initially the LinkedIn content. And so that's, of course, money in the bank. And that allows us to be really excited. But it's not just the result of the customers or clients that are signing. It's more of the type of conversations we're having. So when I get into a room on Zoom with a potential client or a client who is in the middle of the sales cycle, they recognize us. They have a trust for us. They have a credibility already established from social proof. And it's not a question of, I'm here to sell you what we do. They already know all that.
Yeah.
They're here like, how can we help them? And let's get really tactical. And let's build something together as opposed to try to convince you on why we're good at what we do. And so that has been night and day for us from a content perspective.
That's amazing. So it fast forwards that sales cycle tremendously. Yes. So now you don't have to really explain what you do. I mean, you might give a quick little value prop, but that you're pretty much into the tactical right away.
Exactly. And also from a secondary benefit is staffing, right? People are coming to us. We had over 4,200 SDRs apply to our company last year. I mean, that sounds maybe not like a lot to a big company, but we hired 80 of them. So 2% hiring of the amount of applicants is pretty amazing. Yeah. And so not only are we attracting prospects and clients and having that third-party credibility, we're also been able to build a stronger, more successful in-house staff because they're coming to us through that content.
It's amazing. So other than the content, are you doing anything else on LinkedIn to increase those follower numbers? I mean, are you doing outreach on DMs, or are you, connecting in certain, innovative ways?
Yeah, it's interesting. So we are in the process of working with a company on this new tool, and we're in strong collaboration with them to bring it to market. And we tested it ourselves before. It's interesting. ZoomInfo, we were their founding SDR team, Orem and Ring Central and, Sendoso and, all these Outreach.io, these huge gargantuan sales companies, sales and vendors, all came to us over the years to build out their SDR team. And the way in which that relationship usually happens is they come to us to sell the product. We test the product for ourselves, and then we build a relationship and work with them to bring it to market because we get excited about it. Yeah. And so we're in a situation right now where we're excited about a new tool that is allowing us to actually cut through the noise on DMs. So you see video like SendSpark and BombBomb and Vidyard, all great companies. But the problem there is they're really doubling down on automation and AI. And it's almost to the point where it's taking away the human centric and the authenticity.
And it's so noisy. It's just like everybody's doing the same thing.
It's very noisy. It's almost to the point where everyone is just spam resistant.
Yeah.
As soon as I see a link with a thumbnail of a gift that takes me off platform, I think automatically it's literally an automation tool, and I just run away from it.
Yeah.
But what we've done is we've created this Chrome extension. We haven't done it; the company has, but we are helping them build this, where you can actually do voice notes and video notes. Now, I've always done voice and video on my phone. And I believe in it because it cuts through the noise.
Yeah,
it shows credibility. It shows you're a real person. It shows I'm not AI, I'm not automation, and I'm taking time out of my day to reach out to you to do something a little bit different and to put a physical face to the name, all pun intended. And so that's what we have always done. But it's cumbersome. Doing it on the phone, the workflow, I will just say, stinks. And you don't have the beautifulness of your tabs, your CRM, the visibility of the profile of the person you're talking to. And this tool is called Quibbly, allows us to do all of those things. So we're happy about it, and we're using it for our prospecting to reach out to people on LinkedIn.
Well, so when you showed me this, I was like, okay, this is cool because, like you're mentioning, it doesn't take you off a platform. It allows you to integrate right with native LinkedIn. And it just sort of shortens, any friction you have there is going to be bad for conversion. And so I haven't used it a ton, but when I do stuff like this on LinkedIn, occasionally when I want to really cut through, I'll use Loom. Yeah. Right. So I'll use Loom with my clients behind the scenes, and we do a lot of Loom.
Customer too. I'm with you.
Right. And I think a lot of people do that, but they forget to use it on LinkedIn. And I actually saw Dan Sanchez. I don't know if you follow him, but he's Dan Chez on LinkedIn, and he's been on my podcast, and he kind of opened my eyes to this idea of using looms in comments. So you comment with a loom, so then everybody in that thread gets to see your video to what person you're commenting to. And I was like, man, that is genius. But what you're talking about doing is taking that to the next level because you're removing friction.
Well, I think a lot of salespeople are what I call face people. And what I mean by that is I'm not really good with names, but I'm great with faces. And when it comes to video, right, everyone is doing it on every platform. You got your TikTok, you got your Reels, you got YouTube, you got Instagram, Facebook. Everyone is doing short videos. I mean, I got an 11-year-old daughter, and she's addicted to videos, and everyone's doing it. So all of these influencers, quote unquote, on LinkedIn, and we have SDRs that are influencers now, right? And so they recognize you on video to the same point where, as I mentioned before, when you get on a call with a prospect, they recognize you. And that's great branding, but you can now bring that into the DM. So if I go in and say, I want to send a video to you on LinkedIn, I can click on your message, not leave my computer, click a recording of a little video, and I can just record right there on my laptop. And I can say, hey, Lee, listen, I love your podcast. I'm a huge fan of yours. I think there's a collaboration here. I just wanted to make this quick video to let you know, one, I'm real, and two, I'd love to really work with you in some way, shape, or form and see if there's synergy here. Now, I send that to you. I will guarantee you 1 out of every 500 DMs will be a video, so no one else is doing it. So that in itself is going to cut through. And then secondly, I'm genuinely one-on-one sending that to you, and you're already recognizing potentially my content from the feed. So it just brings that in there. And the response rates, I'm telling you, are insane. We're seeing 600, 700, 800% increase of response rates versus a text-based note or off-platform Loom. And we're excited about it.
Yeah, I think you're really onto something here for all the reasons you gave. I think you're early to a space that doesn't feel early. It feels like we should already have this, but we don't. And that's where those awesome ideas, innovative ideas come through. That's why
exactly.
I think you guys are at.
Yeah, I was talking to Kevin Dorsey the other day. He was just a guest on a podcast, and he was talking about how he does this with his prospecting. He's doing videos, and you can do it on your phone. Like I said, it's there, but it's really cumbersome. And so when you're able to do it in a workplace, in a workstation that you're all already used to and comfortable with, and you got your video all set up, one click send. And it allows you to do that workflow without, again, abusing it. I think there is intention, like when you look at Looms and when you look at all these other companies, great companies, fans of all of what they do, but they're moving into this highly automated, non-human centric way of selling. And I think people are not gravitating for that as much as we thought they were. And so it really gives you that physical one-on-one opportunity.
Yeah, just to sort of re-say again what you said before, so it's not missed. The 1-2 punch of having consistent, high quality content that's thought through and it's valuable to your audience that's on LinkedIn, and you have your profile set up and you've done all that, but you've got good high quality content that's consistent. That is a marker. And then when you go send a video like this and someone's like, okay, who is this guy? And then they go back to and they can, if they're not following you, they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I've seen some of his stuff, like LinkedIn's pushed some of his stuff, or I haven't seen any of his stuff, but like, okay, yeah, he's legit because he's got all this stuff. Like, you see what I mean? Like, that's just the quick credibility check. I think that's huge. As far as the actual use of the tool, how does it work? Like, can you show us how it works? Because I'm looking at my LinkedIn messages, and I assume that at the bottom you can add an image, attach a GIF, emoji, or whatever. Are you adding another icon there?
Yeah. So when you go to that exact window of sending a message, the Chrome extension puts two little icons next to what you see right there, the gift and all the others. Okay. And one is a voice microphone and the other one is a camera. So if you click on the microphone, you record the audio and you send it, and then a camera pulls up a widget of a camera, similar to what you would see in SendSpark or others. They have it embedded in their LinkedIn as well. But again, it's sending the video directly on that DM.
It's so funny because like what you're doing is like, it's almost like you're telling me, oh, you didn't know LinkedIn has this feature, you should use it. Like it's weird. It's like I just pulled up on my LinkedIn on my phone because I have to check on my mobile. Like it's like I feel like I've already used it or seen it, because maybe it's in other apps, but it's not there. And so you're adding that, and I think that is such a interesting place to play because it's so intuitive.
Yeah,
they say Apple and iPhones and stuff are intuitive. I don't believe it, but I'm an Android guy. But like this is so intuitive because you're already naturally there doing the thing that way.
Yeah, and what I love about it is this: I get really high response rates because of my credibility, to your point on LinkedIn, but also because the way I write. Now, a lot of people who don't have the training or the expertise in writing, they usually are sending spam cannons, or what we call pitch slapping people with 3-4 paragraphs. Yeah. And a lot of my DMs that I receive are literally no different than a copy paste of an email. And it's very, very spammy. And so I get high response rates on just my text, frankly, but I'm talking 40-50%. Now that's pretty high. Now, when I get a response though, it's usually maybe not for now, not interested, or I'd like to talk. And it's very transactional. The response that I get when I do get a response, again, very transactional. When I send a video to somebody, two things happen. One, they thank me for it. Oh my God. Yeah. Thank you so much for making this video for me. I really appreciate it.
You just took time to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And two, I love that you did it because I never get one. I'd love to talk with you more. So one, my response rates are 600 to 700%, 6 to 7x the response rates I get on text, which is still high compared to industry averages, but video is significantly higher. And it's not just the fact that I'm getting a response from somebody. It's that I'm getting a response that is actually a grateful response, and it's set up in a way in which they are really encouraged to talk. And that's what I like best.
So have you started deploying this with your SDRs or the teams of SDRs that you deploy in your clients?
100%. I would never endorse a product that I haven't used.
Then I got to know, like, how's this going? Because it's got to be going well.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I've seen situations where it's not just for outbound start of conversations. I'm doing it with the sales cycle again, right? So we have our account executives when an SDR books an appointment, no matter the way they do it. Let's just say it's through a cold call. Our account executive connects with the prospect on LinkedIn, sends a video note and says, hey, dude, I can't wait to meet with you tomorrow. I'm looking at your website. I'm looking at your LinkedIn. I really think this product is awesome. I can't wait to see it. and boom, we're going to go ahead and do a call. I'm jumping in on video, right? And I'm also going ahead and sending out a note and say, hey, my team's going to take care of you. I'm the CEO here at Alley-Oop. If you need anything from me, let me know. I'm sending these videos. My AEs are sending these videos after the appointment is booked, and they feel totally engaged before they even get to the demo themselves. So again, more of that third party credibility of that FaceTime, all pun intended. And that's what we're doing.
I'm just still sort of dumbfounded that no one has done this, because I remember back, because my original background is in sales, and this is back in like 2007, 2008. There was a company called Goldmail, and it was basically a way for you to send video through email. And I don't know if they're still around today, but they may have gotten bought and turned into something else. But this particular use case of millions of people that want to get in touch cold with millions of people, right, is a pretty big market, and sales is a huge market. So the fact that this hasn't been done in this way is just blowing my mind. I'm extrapolating the opportunity that you have here, not only to get in touch with people and in a unique way to get 600-700x response rates yourself, for your team, for your product, so your sales pipeline is increased, right? So that's good. But then since you're in sales, like you have SDRs that you're deploying inside your clients, you get to deploy it with them for the work they're doing with your clients. And when they reach out to bring on new clients, those new clients are going to respond so much more, such a higher level of engagement, because this is new to them and how they're seeing it. So they're like, oh, wow, you guys really are different than any other SDR company that we've seen, because they're not doing this. And you guys have built this tool, so you have to be better than the competition. Like those dots get put together pretty quickly.
Yep.
And then the next natural step for me is valuation of your company, right? Because that's what this podcast is about, is exploring growth. You're building this company that just added a huge piece of IP to do en masse what your competitors can't do. This is amazing.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. And listen, the reason why
no pressure, by the way.
Thanks. The reason why we worked with the company is because we wanted to figure out the problem ourselves. Like I said, I love voice notes, and it's something that we've always liked. But once we were able to say, hey, we told them, hey, we want video as well, and they built it. And we just started using it ourselves, and it just made sense. And now it's literally a Chrome extension. It's very inexpensive. It's almost too simple. It's actually laughable. I'm like, this solves one little problem. But it's significant in regards to the powerfulness of it. And if you go to just tryquibbly.com, you can go right to that site. That's our partnership program with them, and we're really happy with what they're doing.
It's amazing. This is my first of the series of Where Are They Now? And this is a really awesome start. You guys have grown leaps and bounds in terms of innovation alone. Hard work though. You're on both ends of the spectrum, because you're innovating in a space is not being innovated, and you are putting in the work on the content side too. So, you guys are doing it all. It's awesome. Congrats.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited that we were able to do this again and jump on and talk through things, and always great to see you. I'm a huge fan of what you do, and I like this Where Are They Now series, thanks, and it's really exciting to catch up and see the journey, and I appreciate you highlighting it.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I'm excited to use the tool. I know you sent it to me last week, and I have not had time to use it, but I'm for sure going to use it, because my use case, we help businesses with podcasting. So part of what we do for them is finding guests for the podcast. So it's an outreach effort that can utilize a tool like this and separate us from other players.
Yeah. And when I look at yours, right, you have a lot of, again, podcast edits and clips on there. Mm-hmm. So if you're sending a video of your style, your background, you're literally like everyone has like their like background, right?
Right.
Oh, that's the motorcycle helmet guy. Like that's what I'm calling, right? Yeah. And so it's like that little is your, I guess, brand on Zoom or Teams, whatever it is. And so when you're seeing that, and then you come into their DM and say the same thing, say, hey, I want to have you, Gabe, on my podcast with your face, than just a text. it's just so much more inviting, right? I know in the world of post-COVID and no one's seeing people anymore, it's I went to an event recently and it's great. I love doing events, but it's been like really hard to get back into the motion, even 5 years later from COVID. But everyone's used to this face-to-face Zooming and Riverside and Teams. So when you take video into the DM authentically, it's like shaking someone's hand and saying, hey, let's do something together.
And it's an amazing tool to put into your event strategy, because I can just imagine reaching out to people. If you have a list of past attendees or past presenters, reaching out to them with this tool prior to the next event, and then post after you've made those connections, that's solid.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Yeah, try it out. Try Quibbly.com.
I will,
it out. It's 15. You get a 4-day free trial. So you can play around with it. If you don't like it and get addicted to it like we are, no hard feelings. You don't have to pay a dime. But if you do, it's $15 a month. It's been great for us. Really easy we're trying to get into users, right? We're not looking to sell this in a corporate, huge cost. It's just a simple tool that allows us to have a dramatic response.
I love it. Thanks for coming on. This is great. Good to catch up, and I'll stay in touch.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.